A mere few million years ago, our ancestors were still swinging from the branches in the African canopy. On a geological or even evolutionary timescale, the rise of Homo sapiens from our last common ancestor with the great apes happened swiftly. We developed upright posture, opposable thumbs, and, crucially, some relatively minor changes in brain size and neurological organization that led to a great leap in cognitive ability. As a consequence, humans can think abstractly, communicate complex thoughts, and culturally accumulate information over the generations far better than any other species on the planet. These capabilities let humans develop increasingly efficient productive technologies, making it possible for our ancestors to migrate far away from the rainforest and the savanna. Especially after the adoption of agriculture, population densities rose along with the total size of the human population. More people meant more ideas. Greater densities meant that ideas could spread more readily and that some individuals could devote themselves to developing specialized skills. These developments increased the rate of growth of economic productivity and technological capacity. Later developments related to the Industrial Revolution brought about a second, comparable step change in the rate of growth. Such changes in the rate of growth have important consequences. A few 100,000 years ago, in early human or hominid prehistory, growth was so slow that it took on the order of 1 million years for human productive capacity to increase sufficiently to sustain an additional 1 million individuals living at subsistence level. By 5000 BC, following the agricultural revolution, the rate of growth had increased to the point where the same amount of growth took just 2 centuries. Today, following the Industrial Revolution, the world economy grows on average by that amount every 90 minutes. Even the present rate of growth will produce impressive results if maintained for a moderately long time. If the world economy continues to grow at the same pace as it has over the past 50 years, then the world will be some 4.8 times richer by 2050 and about 34 times richer by 2100 than it is today. Yet the prospect of continuing on a steady exponential growth path pales in comparison to what would happen if the world were to experience another step change in the rate of growth comparable in magnitude to those associated with the agricultural revolution and the Industrial Revolution. The economist Robin Hanson estimates, based on historical economic and population data, a characteristic world economy doubling time for Pleistocene hunter-gatherer society of 224,000 years. For farming society, 909 years. And for industrial society, 6.3 years. In Hanson's model, the present epoch is a mixture of the farming and the industrial growth modes. The world economy as a whole is not yet growing at the 6.3-year doubling rate. If another such transition to a different growth mode were to occur, and it were of similar magnitude to the previous two, it would result in a new growth regime in which the world economy would double in size about every 2 weeks. Such a growth rate seems fantastic by current lights. Observers in earlier epochs might have found it equally preposterous to suppose that the world economy would one day be doubling several times within a single lifespan. Yet that is the extraordinary condition we now take to be ordinary. The idea of a coming technological singularity has by now been widely popularized, starting with Werner Winger's seminal essay and continuing with the writings of Ray Kurzweil and others. The term singularity, however, has been used confusedly in many disparate senses and has accreted an unholy, yet almost millenarian order of techno-utopian connotations.